Queen Catherine Parr's household was large. The female staff alone numbered over 50 individuals, and the Queen provided them all with appropriate textiles for their liveries. The maids were required to rise and dress swiftly to assist the ladies-in-waiting, who included a countess, a marchioness, and a duchess, so that they in turn were ready to prepare the Queen. Most people could dress themselves with ease. Women's hair was plaited to keep it in order at night, and the shift from the day before also served as the nightgown. The front fastening kirtles were easily closed. Wearing clothes so complicated that assistance was required was a means of reinforcing an elite lifestyle. Indeed, being dressed by another when no help was required was also a mark of status. Most neither needed nor wished for this. The partlet could be slipped easily over the narrow sleeves and closed at the front with hooks and eyes. A white linen neckerchief or rail was worn over the shoulders and could be pinned into place. A white linen apron was worn. To dress her hair, a woman simply wove linen tape into her plaits and wound the plaits carefully around her head, tying them securely in place. A forehead cloth might be worn to control any wayward hair, and a linen coif placed over the top. Not all the Queen's ladies-in-waiting were with the Queen at the same time. Most were elite women with their own responsibilities, so some sort of shift system was established. Whoever was on duty would be roused at 7 a.m. in order to reach the Queen's chamber by 8 a.m. at the latest. The Queen's lady-in-waiting wore a fine white linen shift with a wide neckline and long sleeves. Her knitted silk stockings were held up by embroidered garters tied beneath the knee. Her shoes were the fashionable square-toed shoes which balanced the wide Henrician silhouette. These are sometimes known as bear's paw or cow mouth shoes. Before the farthingale became an essential element of all elite women's dress, it was preceded by a number of underpinnings. The hip pad helped give shape to the petticoats and made the waist seem smaller. A heavy red wool petticoat lined with linen was supported by a simplified bodice from the shoulder, without adding bulk to the torso, but at the same time adding fullness to the skirts. It tied closed at the centre waist. The kirtle was a petticoat with skirts and a stiffened body to help support the bust and define the figure. It fastened at the sides or the back. If the occasion required, the kirtle neckline could be decorated with a band of jewels, and the shift would be carefully lined up to the kirtle neck edge for best effect. Only the front of the kirtle petticoat could be seen under the gown, and this was usually covered by a decorative forepart, a type of apron, which was tied or pinned to the kirtle beneath. Queen Catherine chose a black velvet for her lady's livery. The black velvet gown had a square neckline and tight, almost off-the-shoulder sleeves. The gown laced closed at the centre front, and a placket or stomacher was pinned into place to conceal the fastening and to create a smooth outline. The long bell-like sleeves fitted tight to the upper arm and had deep cuffs. The foresleeves were tied into place with points at the inside elbow of the sleeves. They matched the forepart of the kirtle and could be decorated with false puffs and cuffs of linen, and jewels and aglets. The wide gown cuffs could be turned back and pinned into place. A black silk partlet was worn to cover the open neckline of the gown. This was tied in place at the underarm, as the wide sleeves prevented the arm being slipped through. And then fastened at the front with hooks and eyes. A decorative girdle, which emphasized the dipping waistline, might be worn along with other personal jewellery. A linen coif helped keep the plaited hair in place, and the lady had a choice of wearing either bonnet or hood. The Queen even provided her personal badge for the ladies-in-waiting to wear on their bonnets. The French hood, with its jewelled billements or borders, indicated the status of the wearer, and was set off by the black livery. The lesser servants will have been up even earlier than the rest of the household, preparing fires and carrying water. Their wool bonnets were dictated by sumptuary laws to protect the wool industry. Queen Catherine's valuable clothing was kept at the Queen's wardrobe at Baynard Castle in London, and had to be sent for in advance and carried to her royal chambers.